This is Mind and Wellbeing. I'm Jodina Scazola. Joining us today, Dr. Jimenez Safir, a bilingual and bicultural psychologist who helps women of all ages, cultures, and from all walks of life heal by empowering them to have a voice. Dr. Jimenez Safir assists women who have had negative experiences become confident, capable, and self-actualized individuals. Dr. Jimenez Safir, thank you for being with us. What is the difference between working with men and working with women?
Well, women definitely have different issues. Many of us suffer, unfortunately, from either low or poor self-esteem. Women are afraid. They don't have a voice many times. They feel intimidated. They have a difficulty saying no and even drawing boundaries. And we find that this is a problem bigger than we thought, actually, and also impacting our young girls today who are suffering because they put others first and are experiencing what I am terming the Mother Theresa syndrome.
What's the Mother Theresa syndrome?
In my perspective, this syndrome is more of a kind of suffering, where you sacrifice for another. And sometimes women and young girls do this to the point, like totally and wholly, just preoccupied and focused on another human being to the detriment of their own well-being, total well-being and health included in that. And so the task is to help them recognize that. So I engage them in therapy by getting to know them first and then looking at what the root sources of that Mother Teresa syndrome is. How did it originate? Where is it going? Because many times we find that women wait until like their late 40s sometimes, on that midlife area or time, when they decide like, oh, I've done all this, I fitted myself into all these other people's lives and I pleased them and did things for them, but who am I, or where do I belong, or what do I want out of life?
Yeah, they're lost.
They're very
where do
lost.
I go?
Exactly.
As a psychologist, what is the first step in overcoming or learning to get away from the Mother Teresa syndrome?
That's a great question. I think the first one is awareness, that we have to really look at ourselves and say we need to also put ourselves as a priority. We need to feed ourselves and be whole and be positive, strong, confident women. So first is awareness, then learning to say no, which, it's easy to say, but women have difficulty being assertive. Standing up for themselves, believing in themselves, having a voice, empowering them, and saying it's okay to say no, and that you're not alone. There's help out there, there's support, and that I want every woman watching today to know that if you take just 5 or 10 minutes out of your busy schedule for you to replenish that energy, those batteries that need charging because you give so much, it's time to give to yourself. That in itself is very empowering.
So saying no and taking a little bit of time for yourself each day, so important. And I'm sure a lot of our viewers would like more information. Where can they find that?
Well, I can be reached at 858-279-4079 or on my website.